Man, shut up, Kevin.
What the fuck is wrong with Kevin, by the way?
I don't know. He's upset about something. I think something got delivered.
Do they know that we have a podcast?
Do they know the Muffin Man? The Muffin Man, the Muffin Man.
I thought you were going to say, do they know we have a podcast at all?
Feed the podcast. Shut up! Text Me Back podcast. Back. We lived.
Yeah, we're better. I still have I have a little bit of a sniffly nose, but my brain is good.
Okay. Wow.
No.
Okay.
It's back to baseline.
Yes.
Which we're not going to call good, but
which is always like 60% worse than a normal human's brain.
Sure. Yeah.
So that's where we're at, which is our 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was rough.
Yeah.
You know, Megan, in the Discord, no one has said this episode is terrible. They seem to like it.
Yeah. Somebody on the Patreon was like, all the ones you say are the worst are my favorite. So
maybe we should learn something from that.
Something much to consider. I actually for once listened to the episode last week.
You did?
Yeah. And it was so funny to me.
I can't believe you listened to it. You listened to it like when it came out, or you listened to the one Allie sent? Oh my God.
Yeah, I listened to it when it came out. And at the very end, when we're it's over, is so funny to me. What are yours?
What are yours?
Ended
made me
my
laugh.
life. And I said it. It's so funny.
What are yours?
Just my absolute death rattle of that episode. So hope you enjoyed.
It's got to become a segment. What are yours?
What are yours?
I don't know what exactly.
I don't know.
But we're going to find it.
Write in with your ideas for what are yours should be about. I don't know. I guess it could just be about intentions, things that you want to do with your life or something. I'm not sure. On today's show, now that we've exited our convalescence, we're gonna have some fun because everything's so fun,
fun
and cool. I think like one of the coolest things about being alive is just everything.
That
happens.
Yeah.
It's awesome, man.
Megan, I have something grim to say.
Go on.
The reality of being alive in 2026 is starting, and I never thought this would be possible. It's starting to punch through the Zoloft.
Yeah.
I'm starting to have like minor sleeplessness.
Can I tell you something?
I don't like it.
I don't consider myself to be a particularly fragile person.
Yeah.
I think of myself as being pretty resilient.
Yeah.
You know, I'm pretty strong, or at least I portray myself as such. Here's how I know I'm fucked up. I'm crying at TikToks. Okay. I'm bursting into tears. Okay. Yeah. At like the schlockiest garbage that is getting served to me. Like, so I got served this video where it was like, what? I think the cat pooped. Anyway, it smells so bad. Why did you do that? Anyway, it was made by like a bunch of grandkids, and they're like, Papa didn't know we were all coming over for his birthday dinner. And so one of them knocks on the door and is like, and he, by the way, he's like 92 years old. And he this is not planned. They show up. He's wearing a sweatshirt that says Papa on it.
Oh my God.
Okay, like a custom Papa sweatshirt.
He's sitting around thinking about being Papa.
Literally. And okay, so to get into this. So the first kid knocks in. She's like, Papa, happy birthday. And he's like, oh, it's so good to see you. And they go in. And then the second one comes. And he's like, oh my God, I wasn't expecting you. Then the third and the fourth grandkid all shows up. One shows up with a huge pizza and Papa's losing his mind. He's so excited. It's like the best thing that's ever happened to him. And like, I'm done. I'm like passed away crying. Just like, how could evil exist in a world with Papa? Meanwhile, they show up. This man has framed photos of all of them in a little semicircle on his coffee table facing him. So it's like while he's watching TV, he can see their pics. I was like, nah, dude. No, man. I'm in bed like, what the fuck? Papa, why? And then I'm like, I miss my grandparents. Who have been dead for like 10 years, over 10 years. And I was like, oh God.
Dude, I feel like that's a genre. Like I've seen a few of those. And and that complimentary, like keep making them. Like there's one,
churn it out.
There's one where like it's like grandkids surprising their grandma, and then they're like, "Can we stay over?" And then like adult grandkids, and they're like, "We're gonna have a sleepover," and she's like, "Ah!"
It's so cute,
dude.
It's so nice. It's like pretty much anything will get my whole ass like.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I don't know. I got served some like stunning choral arrangement of a gospel song I've never heard before.
Yeah.
And it was beautiful. And at the end, everyone stood up and applauded. And I was like, why?
Yeah.
I'm done. I'm so done.
I just recorded my audiobook a couple weeks ago. And then as part of the audiobook, we're doing this really cool thing where they want to make the audiobook have like added value so that maybe people will buy both. I don't know.
Pre-order adult braces wherever you get your books.
In hard copy and audiobook. Everyone has extra money to burn right now, right?
Right.
But so for the audiobook, we did this cool thing that was my idea. In the book, it's about the road trip. So there are like regular chapters, and then there are these little vignettes that are just transcripts of voice memos that I recorded while I was driving. So I was like, oh, for the audiobook, what if we use the actual voice memos? So you can like hear my actual, like I'm in the moment, and you can hear the van engine, and I'm slamming the door, and I'm like eating a pepperoni stick or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
What actually it is, I'm crying. Which I didn't know. I didn't remember. And I just like used a transcription service, like electronically transcribed it, the pre AI, I'll have you know. And so then I just like read through it, grabbed the parts I wanted and put them in the manuscript. Then I have to actually go through the files, and I'm editing these audio files, and I'm like, oh boy, because this is pre-Zoloft West. And I'm just like, I mean, it's really funny. I'm like, okay, so I'm leaving Yellowstone National Park, and I'm driving by a river, and there's a little island. And when I was a kid, everything seemed so beautiful. Like I could just live on an island in the river. And I was like, oh yeah, that's what it used to feel like to have like not just the full spectrum of emotion, but I used to be so fragile, and I was just like. The tears were like right like a millimeter under
you
my
kept those things on you.
And then
locked and loaded.
So like the crying, it's like it's intermittent. Then I get to the very last voice memo, the last night of the trip. And all the other ones, they sound like this, like, okay, well, I'm driving, and oh my God, there's an antelope. But like, I still sound like kind of a normal person who just loves animals. The last one, I clearly am recording it like as I'm falling asleep. And so and at this point, I've committed to using these. I have now, we're doing it. The last one, it sounds like this. No. I'm going to sleep. I'm in my van. It's the last night of my trip, and I'm just everything feels so beautiful. I came to this park with my parents when I was little, and I just think that, like, and I was like, oh no, I played it and it's so long, and I'm just like sobbing and like gasping. Because I start thinking about like climate change and because I'm like, I'm at this state park, I'm camping at the state park in Eastern Washington, and I'm like, it will be consumed by fire, and all the animals are gonna die. And I was like, what am I gonna do? And was like, I was like, well, can you just, because we recorded them as backup, like in the audiobook. He was like, well, why don't you just use the recorded one for that? I was like, I can't use all the real ones and then one. And then it's like, also because I'm falling asleep, like toward the end of it, and it sounds like I'm like dying. Like, yes. I'm like, yeah. And I think everything will be okay. It sounds like it sounds like,
she gone.
Yeah. And but I was like, I've committed and now I have to use it. So I like edited it as much as I could and took out the like 30-second pauses of just me like, yeah.
Oh man. And with that said, pre-order adult braces wherever you get your books.
It's just funny because like the text isn't that sad, and so I didn't even know.
You had just memory hold that completely.
But anyway, it was a glimpse back into what my brain used to feel like before I was medicated, and nice. And I don't feel like that again. But I do. The other night,
I kind of do.
Yeah,
I kind of do
but it's
a little bit. I mean, so just as a little bit of context, and we're gonna talk about this more later, but we're letting you know now in case you want to skip. But where we are in space and time, it's January 8th. And yesterday, ICE murdered a woman, a 37-year-old woman. She had 3 kids. Her name was Renee Good, who was looking out for her neighbors, truly did nothing wrong. And by the way, even if she had done something wrong, the punishment for doing something wrong is not being extrajudicially killed by a completely out of control, like lawless federal agency. That's not the punishment for that. So it's just like been the worst start of a year since last year, I guess is what I would say. Yeah. And so we're going to talk about it a little bit later. And soft launch, I guess, how we talk about politics on this show going forward. Sometimes people like it. Some of you don't. Some of you, and that's okay. Text Me Back podcast endorses dissociation. Disassociation. Text Me Back podcast endorses exiting. You know that whole thing of like, don't turn away. You can. It's okay. Like if you need to take a break from this stuff. I mean, we're watching people die on television. Okay. And there are people who are dying not on television. You're allowed to be like, I've hit capacity. And I don't want to hear about it on my favorite joke podcast. That's okay, too. But one of the reasons that this show exists is that Lindy and I wanted to be able to have an outlet to process our feelings about all kinds of things. And it's not always explicitly about politics. But this is just one of those times where it's like, I've never felt more helpless, I guess.
Right.
I feel hopeful, weirdly, but I have never felt more helpless to do anything in my life, so yeah. So,
what would be really nice is if the federal government and like Republicans in general would recognize that each life is an irreplaceable spark of light that can never be replicated.
Interesting theory.
And once it's gone, it's gone. And and maybe if they could take that seriously, I would prefer it.
Did you ever watch that Mr. Rogers documentary, by the way?
Oh, no, I didn't because it came out before I was medicated, Megan, and I knew I couldn't take it.
I went to go see that on my birthday with my husband because I love Mr. Rogers. I grew up loving this man, and my dad used to make fun of him, and it really pissed me off because I was like, I love Mr. Rogers. Shut up. Like, that's my best friend. Anyway, so, and it's a beautiful documentary. It talks about some of his flaws. He was a very religious person. And while his show embraced like the civil rights movement, he didn't really embrace like LGBTQ people. You know, I'm not making excuses for it, but that's just like, but they talk about it in the documentary. And one of the things that sticks with me to this day is, I don't know how Mr. Rogers found himself in the middle of this, but when Fox News was on a tear in like the mid-aughts about like participation trophies and whatever, you know, it's like, oh, you know, kids today are too soft because everyone makes them feel special even when they're not. It's like this scourge of the participation trophy must come to an end because you're making kids feel special when they haven't done anything to deserve to feel special. And they kept pulling Mr. Rogers into this because it's like Mr. Rogers is telling everybody that they're special. And that's what's ruining the younger generation. Now, this is all paraphrasing, but kind of not. Like, it's kind of a direct quote as well. And they interviewed the director of like the Mr. Rogers Museum, and he's like, well, yes. I mean, all human life is valuable. Every human is inherently valuable and special. It's not just, he goes, it's not just Mr. Rogers who said that. Jesus Christ said that. like what is going on here? Like, this idea that to tell people that they're special and have value is like a scourge that needs to be eradicated from our society. You know, it's
of Nazareth said that.
Yeah, I believe it was Son of Mary whom said, good job.
Like, it's crazy that we're here at all.
I know. Like, what? Why are you so mad?
And also, by the way, and this is hard for me to wrap my head around because on some level, I feel like I'm the only person. But actually, every person is the same amount of valuable.
That's what they're saying.
I mean, until you like taint your fucking legacy with this kind of shit.
Until you start taking big old dumps on other people. But you didn't start out that way.
No, you were just
You started out being worthy of love. We all did. Okay. Anyways, so this whole thing is just a fucking shit show. I guess we're going to start our show now. But what I want to say is thanks for listening. I know we've said this a million times, but to the extent that this show helps you feel better about being alive, that makes me feel really good.
Yeah.
And happy, because I've never in my life, and by the way, I lived through the Bush administration. Okay. I have never in my life more wanted to walk into the ocean, never to be heard from again, than I have in the last 18 months. This is just truly an unbelievable set of circumstances we find ourselves in. But here's what's going to happen on the show today. Okay. We're going to talk about, we're going to lift the mood by talking about some celebrity deaths. And then we're going to talk about politics, unlike what we've just been doing. That was something else.
Yeah.
In a new segment we're calling Swamp Person, which we'll explain later. But first, what you watching, Lindy? Wow, what a segue, they're saying.
Was masterful, Megan. Yeah, we're gonna do we have a Whatcha Watchin jingle yet?
We don't have a Whatcha Watchin jingle yet.
We're gonna
Something
get one
to think about.
Maybe
if one of your resolutions was to make more jingles for your favorite podcast, that could be something.
Yeah, if I guarantee that's on every text me back lights. What are yours, Liz?
What are yours? It's so funny.
Okay, wait. Before we do that, can I just give you a micro anecdote?
I wish you would. Yeah.
Lindy's surprise micro anecdote. Just before we started, I was in the bathroom, not to brag.
Nice.
And I was sitting on the toilet, And there's a great big window that faces the view of the water.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a great big rhododendron in front of the window.
Mm-hmm.
And so at some point, since we've been living here full time, I said to myself, I'm taking this curtain off this window. Because
who's
who's
peeking
out there? Who's peeking?
Yeah.
No one's peeking.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting on the toilet and I'm thinking, this was a good idea. And no one's ever out there, you know? So we have an exterminator who comes every other month, and he checks the mouse traps. He walks the perimeter of the house and he sprays for carpenter ants. And he was here today, but he had left already, I thought. So I'm sitting there thinking, oh boy, I forgot that Alex was here today. I'm on a first name basis with our exterminator.
Of course.
I was like, I forgot Alex was here today. Good thing I wasn't in here earlier, because he walks right by the window. I finished a dog's business. I exit the bathroom. There's another window like right outside in the living room. Alex is just rounding the corner to the bathroom window.
He almost saw your butt.
He almost saw my butt. He was not gone. Anyway, I
wonder, was it intentional? He wanted to have a gander at your butt.
He wouldn't know.
Parentheses sexual.
No, how would he know? Meagan,
how would he know?
Meagan, I have a professional relationship with the pest control man. Don't get me too'd, Meagan.
Okay, don't get me canceled. Okay.
It was harrowing.
It was harrowing.
It was the slimmest of escapes. I was like, oh my God. It's just like when I saw Sterling K. Brown in the shower.
Oh boy, and what a situation that was.
So much like Alex was almost watching me through the bathroom window.
Yes, continue.
What we watching, Meagan?
Nailed it. You know, I'm pleased to report we're both watching the same thing. And baby, that's
baby.
Ooh, they're calling it Run Away by the master of slop, Harlan Coben.
Oh, Sir Harlan of Coben.
Our top slop monger, Harlan. This man, Harlan Coben, is putting out shit left and right, and every last one of them rocks. I guess he writes books. That's what they say, which I've not read a one.
I read
of
one.
them.
I read one once.
Oh, really?
It was great. I mean, it was Coben. It was Coben, Meagan.
He's sort of like he's like an airport Agatha Christie. You know what I mean? He's putting together. He's mixing up marvelous mysteries to keep your mouth watering. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No,
it's a skit. It's a skit from a Wu-Tang Clan album that I think about all the time. Where they're like, we'll be up in the lab mixing up that marvelous shit to keep your mouth watering. It's so funny.
When you do it in the Wu-Tang voice, I recognize it.
Anyways, that's what Harlan Coben does. He mixes up that marvelous shit.
Yeah.
Anyway,
so, Harlan Coben writes commercial thrillers that are insane, and he has this massive deal with Netflix International. So they've made like 14 of his books into these limited series thrillers. Mostly, I would say most of them are in the UK, but there's also ones in French. I think I watched an Italian one.
Some Swedish ones, maybe?
Maybe. I've watched them all. But the thing is, once I learned about Coben, which was probably 2-3 years ago, I freaking ripped through them. So I don't remember quite exactly.
The fact that there's not a Coben in production at all times is actually a human rights violation to me.
The fact that there hadn't been a new entry in the Coben verse for several years until Run Away came out,
so upsetting.
That was upsetting to me as a woman.
Yeah. as a person of color. Okay. This is an attack on my community.
And speaking of, do I think Harlan Coben is a good guy? Not necessarily.
Probably not. I'm going to guess no.
I mean, I don't know.
I don't know what he gets up to.
I don't trust necessarily the politics of Coben.
Nobody look into his voter registration status. I don't want to know. Thank you.
To be clear, it's not giving MAGA, but it is giving like, I'm a rich white man.
Yeah, well, he's like definitely well-to-do. I'm sure he's like, I love business. I don't know. But then again, like the adaptations of his stuff do have like woke threads in them. Yeah. So I don't know.
He's probably fine. I don't know. I was just giving a caveat because I like to prepare for someone hopping in the Discord and being like, actually, he threw his dog off a bridge. Like, okay, I don't know. Sorry.
I don't know.
But okay, Meagan.
I hope he didn't do that.
So
anyways, so we've both been watching Runaway. And the best part, Run Away. So the best part is I text you to be like, new Coben slop just dropped. And you're like, I know, I've been watching it. I'm on episode 5. And I had just started episode. It's like we had been like magically watching it at the same time. It was so amazing. But all of his adaptations are like 8-episode miniseries, which is perfect if your brain don't work.
Yep.
It's freaking perfect if your brain don't work. And mine don't.
No,
she don't.
No.
You don't have to know anything about any previous slop miniseries. You can just enter right on in. There's always like 5,000 twists. Every single one of them is more stupid than the last. Makes no sense.
Yeah.
That's what we go to Coben for. Okay.
So Meagan got a little bit ahead of me because I had to do some work and while she continued the Coben slop. Mm-hmm. And so she's texting me like, oh boy, you're not gonna believe what Coben gets up to. and so I was like trying to predict, which by the way was not a success, but I was trying to guess like what could possibly happen, like what, and like the best I could come up with, I didn't tell you this. The best I could come up with was like, is the old lady that keeps popping up, is she the daughter wearing a rubber mask?
Is the baby the grandma?
Because that's the kind of shit that happens in the Cobenverse. Like it wasn't a far-fetched idea.
Well, so we'll try, I guess we'll try to avoid spoilers, but like if you really don't want to know anything about Run Away, I guess you could just skip this part. But we'll do our best to try to avoid. But basically, the premise is this young girl, college age girl, is like missing kind of, but she's addicted to drugs, and she has this like a shitty man in her life, and who her parents hate because they think that this guy got her hooked on drugs, and she like drops out of school and kind of disappears. Yeah. And the family is in crisis because they're like, I don't even remember what her name is. Paige, where's Paige? They've got 3 kids and they're like hyper focused on Paige, which makes sense. She's like in the throes of addiction. But they have another kid who uses a wheelchair, and the actress in real life has Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. Oh. And so it's like, well, you have this other kid who also needs additional physical support. Yeah. You guys are just like, where's Paige? Where's Paige? And then they have a son who they just kind of don't really give a shit about at all. Yeah. So then the guy that the parents hate, his name's Aaron, except they all pronounce it Aaron. For some reason.
Because they're British.
/ Irish, depending on who we're talking about.
Irish.
Anyway, so he's murdered. And then the whole thing is like, who murdered Aaron? Which is so weird because like in real life,
the cops don't give a fuck.
The cops would not give a single fuck about a drug user who died in a council flat. They would just be like, whatever, and then pack it up. But this is Coben, baby. Okay. So it's just kind of about the twists and turns of like who killed Aaron, and also where's Paige?
The cops are so obsessed with who killed Aaron, which is like so crazy because they will not let it go, to the point where they're like harassing the dad.
Yeah. Of the missing girl.
Not looking for the missing girl at all.
Don't give a shit at all about it. So much happens, and one really fun part, I thought, genuinely. So the main detective is played by the guy who plays Dean Thomas. in the Harry Potter movies, which of course brings up my favorite part of those wretched books, which is J.K. Rowling really wanting you to know that Dean Thomas is black. So every time Dean Thomas gets mentioned in the books, it's like parentheses, a black boy. I was like, okay, well, thanks for reminding me. I might not have survived this chapter if you hadn't told me again the background, the racial background of Dean Thomas, parentheses, black. Thanks. Anyway, so he's in it, and oh boy, is he handsome.
I was feeling weird about sexualizing Dean Thomas, a black boy. Because I was like, that's a kid. But but actually we were kids when Harry Potter was sort of
He's our age, basically. He's like 38. And I was like, oh, I could totally kiss him. That's perfectly legal.
That's my boyfriend.
Oh.
Megan, he turned into the handsomest man I've ever seen in my life.
It's crazy. You know, everybody always says that about old Neville.
Right.
Longbottom, which is not wrong.
Sure.
But don't sleep on Dean Thomas.
Oh. Neville, no matter how long his bottom is, he's got nothing on Dean Thomas.
Dean Thomas bottom. Okay. Anyway, have a gander at Dean Thomas, if you will.
Yeah.
So he's partnered up on the police force.
Hey, by the way.
Yes.
I want to say, mild spoiler coming if you want to skip ahead.
Oh, yeah.
The only reason I'm flagging it as a spoiler is because it was so satisfying to watch it unfold in real time, because I had a inkling.
Yeah,
I was
did.
I was like,
I didn't at all.
I hope this happens. I was like,
I didn't. And I thank you for calling me in that I didn't consider this possibility. But anyways, so he's partnered up on the force with like a delightfully chunky officer whose name I don't remember.
Her name is Ruby Todd. I don't know why you know why I remember? It's because I watch it with captions due to British.
Yeah. So, and you're like, wow, look at these two best friends. Two colleagues.
They love solving crimes together
as co-workers.
Except for the crime of missing daughter.
That doesn't matter. Because we're figuring out what happened to Aaron.
Yeah. We have the handsomest black Gryffindor ever.
Parentheses, he's black.
Paired up with a cute, curvy BBW with she has red hair, and she's always wearing a little suit with like a little vest.
Yeah.
And they're bopping around finding clues poorly. They don't do a great job.
They're so bad at police work and so angry at everyone. I'm like, why are you so mad?
But not at each other. They're having fun together.
Yeah, they're having a nice time together. So anyway, so next thing you know, there's Dean Thomas in just his boxer briefs in bed. And I'm like, well, okay, keep me posted.
Yeah.
And let me know how this goes. And someone is in the shower. And you're like, oh, we're about to get a reveal of who's Dean Thomas's boo on this show. I can't wait to find out.
Girlfriend? Boyfriend, maybe?
We don't know. Who could say? And here's one of Harlan Coben's most satisfying reveals. It was the chunky lady cop. He's boning the chunky lady cop. It's so satisfying.
Yeah.
I said, yes! It's rocks. It was so fun and great. Yeah. And like, I know that like, representation isn't everything and whatever. And also this is not my battle to fight. But I just was like, after having to watch all of Hollywood turn into a femur.
Yeah.
Thank you for giving me this chunky lady cop and her hot boyfriend. Thank you so much.
The previous Coben that I watched, I can't remember what her job was, but the lead was so absurdly cast because she just looked like a model, but she was like, she had some job. She's a construction worker or something. And I was like, no, she's not. So I feel like maybe they got some feedback on that. And anyway,
this was pretty good.
But I was watching the chemistry between these two earlier, just like having fun doing police work. And I said to myself, I wish I lived in a universe where these two characters were having a secret romance.
Yeah.
And then when he's lying on the bed in the boxers and there's someone in the shower and you can tell they're going to do the boo reveal.
Mm-hmm.
I did some like TV math and I was like, it really doesn't make sense for them to introduce a new character right now.
Yeah, it kind of doesn't. Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, it's happening. I think it's happening.
Yeah, I think I briefly was like, is it the mom who was played by Minnie Driver? I was like, is he boning Minnie Driver? And
By the
like
way,
that's why he hates the dad so much.
that would have been a great Coben twist. But anyway, this chick came out. Now, she came out. I'm screaming, jumping, pumping my fists. Now, do they ever kiss? No.
Not really.
I don't think they do. Do they?
I don't recall. I don't think so.
Like, it's not a heated rivalry situation, which, by the way, someone's requested that we talk about.
The more people insist I watch that show.
Oh, well, you don't need to watch it, but I sure watched it.
Boy.
And actually, a lot of people need to understand that they made it for me. I alone have a relationship with these characters who are my sons.
Yes.
On one level. But also they are my boyfriends, but also they're me. I am them.
Yes. Mm-hmm. That is what the Catholics call the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Literally. So that's all we can say about heated rivalry today. But anyway, Coben doesn't really do that kind of business, unfortunately, because I would watch a heated rivalry.
Yeah, there isn't a lot of sexy times happening in Coben in general.
No, not at all.
Not that I recall.
It's like so lurid and insane. But there's none,
no butts,
no sexuality. Yeah, which
interesting.
Is fine.
I never thought about that. Mm-hmm.
I get mine somewhere else. Parentheses heated rivalry. That's where I go to be reminded that
about butts.
About butts.
Yeah.
Oh, the butts. Although, oh my God, the scene with Dean Thomas's butt where she's like, "I like your butt." And the other thing that's so great about their chunky slim crossover romance is that they really set it up like the first couple episodes before they do the reveal, where they're constantly talking about how he's the hottest man alive. And, like, all the women want him, like, and the witnesses that they're interviewing are like,
oh, he smells so good.
Yeah,
and I bet he does, dude. I bet he smells amazing.
I bet it does. It says on Wikipedia that he has a girlfriend in London, but
is that like, oh, my boyfriend's in Canada, you wouldn't know him?
I think so.
No. Come on, Dean Thomas.
What I'm saying, I remember when you, maybe this is inappropriate for me to bring up.
Go on.
I just remember when Meghan Markle got introduced on the scene, and you were like, if I knew he was looking for a
biracial 40-year-old woman from the West Coast named Megan.
Yeah.
Hello. I'm right here, dog.
I don't know.
I'm right here, big dog.
I don't know if you're still interested in the Spare, but that's
no, I guess not.
I mean, you can.
And he's looking kind of rough these days, and he dressed like a Nazi that time. That was
bad. But
anyway,
all I was gonna say is that's how I felt when the chunky chick hooked up with Dean Thomas.
Yeah, exactly.
A black boy.
Why did J.K. Rowling do that? That bitch is crazy.
She's fucking crazy.
And anyway, and then there's this really funny scene a couple episodes later where Dean Thomas is like, I want to tell everybody that we're dating. And she's like, no. It's so funny.
That's called like, Chunky's revenge.
She said, absolutely not. I'm embarrassed. No, she doesn't say she's embarrassed, but it's very funny.
She's like, I want to keep doing police work with you because I love you, but I love poorly doing police work.
I love waiting for someone to solve this crime for me and bringing me all the evidence in an envelope. And then you and me can touch butts after that. Anyway, if you like the worst shit you've ever seen, that is also the funniest.
Oh my God.
With some very satisfying and psychotic twists, I couldn't possibly recommend Runaway highly enough. It's so crazy. We were texting each other about this, and I just was like, baby, wait till you see what Aaron gets up to in episode 7. I've watched this one scene on repeat 8 times in a row because it's so funny to me. I want to spoil it so bad,
dude,
but it's just not how anything works. I mean, like, that's the best thing about Coben is that he seems to sort of have a vague idea what's going on out in the world. But I think at this point he's so rich and so far removed from it that it's like It's a little bit like an alien trying to explain to you what's going on TikTok, I guess. Like there's this scene, this is not a spoiler, but there's this scene where the brother needs money, and we're not totally sure why. And he goes and he posts his sister's guitar online to sell. And somebody responds to the ad, like, I'll buy it or whatever. So he goes to a pub to sell his sister's guitar. And the interested buyer is like, oh, what kind of songs you play on this? You play Taylor Swift? And he's like, yeah, that was my sister's favorite. And he's like kind of spilling his heart to this potential buyer.
He was like, he's excited to talk about his sister. He's a little bit sad to be selling her guitar because she's missing. And, this is something he has of hers.
Right.
It's an emotional moment.
And the guy, I don't know all the references, but the guy's asking me like, well, did she play this song on it and this song? And like, what about this, other like corny Ed Sheeran song or something? And he's like, yeah, all those. She loved all those songs. And the guy goes, I'll take it, and gives the kid the money.
And the kid's like, oh, I'm just so glad that it's going to someone who's going to, love it and love to play the same kind of music on it as my sister.
So the kid who buys it grabs the guitar and immediately smashes it into a billion pieces on the ground right in front of the brother's fucking face. And then he's like, did you get that? And everyone's like, ah! Like got his ass. And like then they like post it on TikTok or something.
They do this thing that like this sort of lazy writing thing where one of them is immediately like, dude, this is gonna go viral.
Meanwhile, like while still in frame, the brother is picking up the pieces of the broken guitar, and they're like, I'm gonna post this on TikTok, it's gonna go viral. And then the kid walks out with all of the broken pieces of his sister's guitar, all sad. Like,
which, by the way, those don't belong to you.
You sold those shards to someone else. Yeah. So he's like walking sad through the shot, by the way, to leave the pub. And I'm just like, like, this is a man who just kind of vaguely understands that sometimes mean things happen on TikTok, but doesn't use it. Unlike Bane, he wears the mask. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he wasn't born to the dark.
He wasn't born in the dark. He adopted the dark, okay? Like, he doesn't know. I was like, if that got posted on TikTok, those kids would be expelled from college,
right?
Probably murdered on the street. Like give me a break. Like it would not go viral for any of the reasons that they think they'd be posting Notes app apologies within 13 hours of posting that thing. I was like, Coben, you did not get that one right.
No,
at all.
Appreciate the hustle though,
I do. I appreciate that you're thinking about it.
I like when someone tries and fails because then it's funny. Like I
know.
I think I yelled out loud, what? Like, what?
I was cackling. I was like, no, what the fuck?
Why did you do that? Anyway, if you want, I guess there's like some violence.
I guess.
But like, if you want to have your brain taken on a ride.
Oh boy.
Taken on a roller coaster ride to hell and back.
You could do worse than Coben, baby.
And it's so funny because they use some of the same actors. So like the guy who plays the dad, I have now seen play the dad of a missing child.
Yeah, he's also in that horrible one from France.
Oh my God. That one was so depressing.
Sad. Oh.
And so it's like, I feel like that guy's whole job is searching for various missing children.
Was that a Coben?
No, but
okay.
If it had been a Coben, it would have been more fun. It was so depressing.
So
I don't remember what it was called. It was called like, "Where's my son?"
Yeah, and the son goes missing, and everyone's like, "Get over it, dude. He's dead." And it's like, and maybe he is. And at the very end, it's like, or is he?
Oh, it's so depressing,
devastating. Anyway,
and like his marriage is ruined, and he anyway, it doesn't matter. But that freaking guy, James something. He's Richard Armitage is in a bunch of them. This guy is in a bunch of them.
That guy was also in The Hobbit with Richard Armitage. So shout out to him. I think he was Beaufort or something like that.
You know what, Megan? You know what I would love to munch on?
Go on.
The Hobbit / Lord of the Rings retold by Coben.
The Hobbit is the grandma. And the grandma is the ring.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes. Okay, his name's James Nesbitt.
Yeah.
And he was in The Hobbit and he played... One moment, please.
Which one?
I cannot believe this.
Not Megan getting it right.
He played Beaufort. No fucking way. No, Megan, no.
Megan, you have to go to the hospital.
I'm calling 911
Oh my God.
now.
Okay, wait, last thing I'll say. That's like just the other day when Hesty was here, we were watching Lifetime movies. We watched a movie called Friends Who Kill, which was about some girls in high school who, like, one of them is deadly. This is the story of an absolutely immense super recognizer victory, let me tell you, just to preface it. I'm watching it and I'm like, God, that actress looks familiar. She's like this woman in her 20s playing a high schooler who is... Well, I don't want to say which one of them kills. One of them kills. I recognize her, but in a way where like she is changed. So I feel like I knew her as a child. So I'm like, okay, is she Ruthie Camden grown up? Like from Seventh Heaven? No, that's not quite right. And I'm like, is that frickin'? It finally like floats in. I'm like, could it be you? I'm like, is that frickin' Angie Jeremiah, Joey from Degrassi: The Next Generation. Not a main character. Joey Jeremiah has a truly like a 4-year-old.
Oh my God.
Named Angie. So I'm like, Lindy, that's crazy. It couldn't possibly. Now, Lindy, you're being crazy. So I look it up and guess what? Guess who was right?
No way. No fucking way.
It was this 4-year-old who just every once in a while, she'd show up like every 4th episode and be like, Daddy, pancakes! Pancakes! I look it up. She's grown into an adult woman.
Bang.
She's in Friends Who Kill.
And she is either killed or does some killing. We don't know for sure.
I'm not going to spoil it, but that was a good one that you should watch.
That's incredible. Okay, we'll get into Coben and let us know. If you watch it, let us know what you think. And if what you think is that it's stupid, I know. And you don't need to tell me.
We like that it's extravagantly stupid. But also the performances are good. Minnie Driver's in it. Now, she doesnn't do much because clearly she didn't have time or something. She was like, I'll give you one day.
You get one day of my prime driver hours, and then I gotta go.
I guess I won't say why she's absent for a lot of it, but anyway, if you watch Run Away and you can identify the scene at the end that Megan is referring to when Coben goes into turbo mode, when Coben slams the NOS, when
Coben does his big one.
Yeah. Write in and tell us what you think it was.
Yeah, send us a screen grab. Because you'll know.
I got it. Yeah. When we finally got there, I was like, oh, that was it.
There you go. Nailed it.
But it was getting closer and closer to the end, and I was like, what if I missed it? What if I don't get it?
Impossible. Yep. Impossible. So let us know. And let us know what you're watching these days to take your mind off of life. Keep us posted. Okay. Take a little breaky break. And we'll be right back with celebrity deaths. Okay, welcome back. So much bad stuff happened in 2025, including many high-profile celebrity deaths, but no celebrity death was more devastating than the closure and demolition of Bella Noches. When I was served the TikTok announcing her death, I lost it. I lost it, buddy.
Megan, You gotta tell the people what is Bella Noches.
Oh boy. By the way, it's not just that they closed Bella Noches.
Yeah.
They tore down the building. Okay.
They obliterated it.
They obliterated Bella Noches. So if you don't know what Bella Noches is, oh my God, get online more. Increase your screen time levels. I would say that Bella Noches gotta be top 5 favorite viral videos of all time. It's 2 women being interviewed outside of a club in Louisiana called Bella No. By the way, the name of the club is Bella Noche, but not anymore. Because there was a shooting at Bella Noche that night at the club, and these 2 women are standing outside, but one's doing all the talking, and she's like, "It's upsetting to me and my homegirl." Because if you were beefing at that wedding, you should have been beefing at that wedding. Don't bring that into somebody else's club. So basically, she's upset because there was some beef happening at a wedding. They go to Bella Noche for the after party, and then they continue the beef, and the beef results in a shooting. Nobody died. I'm almost certain nobody died.
Yeah.
So you're allowed to laugh. Anyway, and she goes,
"It's upsetting me and my homegirl because we feel like, well, damn, if you can't go to Bella Noches, what the hell could you go?"
And it's just so beautiful to me, because if you can't go to Bella Noches, then where the hell could you go? It's such an important question. You're just trying to have a nice time with your homegirl, and somebody brings their wedding beef to the club. It's not okay. It's against community to do this. They're just trying to have a nice time. The pain in her voice, realizing that Bella Noches is no longer a safe place to have a nice clubbing evening.
Yeah.
It's devastating, dude.
Imagine how she feels now.
I know. And so this video, I think, has like a 1 quadrillion views on YouTube. And by the way, the lady is still around every year on the anniversary of like the video. She's like, "What's up? I'm still alive. You can't go to Bella Noches. Where the hell could you go?" And it makes me happy. At the end of last year, I get served a video. Someone's lip syncing to the sound. "If you can't go to Bella Noches, where the hell could you go?" And then they pan out and the building is demolished. It's just rubble. And I was like, wow, where could you go? Because it's gone. They got her. They got Bella Noches.
In 2025, they got to take from us Bella Noches as well.
As if I already didn't have places I could go, and they took the last place I could go.
If we make like celebrity deaths a recurring segment, we should call it wait, what does she say? It's upsetting to me and my homegirl.
It's upsetting to me and my homegirl.
That should be the name of the. It's upsetting to me and my homegirl is the segment.
So, of course, I texted Lindy and said, they got Bella Noches. Because if you were beefing at that wedding, you should have been beefing at that wedding. Don't bring that into somebody else's club.
Think of the homegirls, you know?
Hello? It just feels like society is deteriorating.
Yeah.
Community is collapsing.
Yeah.
And Bella Noches is like a metaphor for something bigger than all of that, you know? And it's gone now. To me, it just feels like if Bella Noches is gone, do we have a country anymore?
Right.
And I'm kind of not even joking.
I know.
Do you know what I mean? It just kind of feels like the end of something that used to exist. You know what I mean? It's like this video, sorry to get serious, but it's like this video is like pre-AI. It's still when human beings were using the internet for lots of different things, not all of it good, but human beings were involved. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And people were going places and theoretically having a nice time or trying to. And now Bella Noches is gone. The internet's kind of gone. Nothing exists. There's only six companies. So it's just like, I don't know. Weirdly, Bella Noches got me. I was so sad about it, so I just wanted to share my grief with the listeners.
I know. It's like specificity is dying. Everything is just becoming one thing.
Yeah.
I liked it when there were lots of different things. So R.I.P. Bella Noches.
I know.
And if you're planning on showing up at the Bella Noches wake, don't bring your beef.
Keep the beef at that wedding.
And if you're a homegirl, write in and let us know where you're going now. Where are you?
Because where could you go? Because that's where I want to go.
Yeah.
Too. Let us know.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to take another break. And then we're going to talk some more about politics. Sorry in advance. You can skip it if you don't want to listen. We understand. Man, shut up, Kevin.
What the fuck is wrong with Kevin, by the way?
I don't know. He's upset about something. I think something maybe got delivered.
Do they know that we have a podcast?
Do they know the Muffin Man? The Muffin Man, the Muffin Man.
I thought you were going to say, do they know we have a podcast at all?
Feed the podcast. Shut up. Okay. We're talking about politics now, and I want to apologize in advance. If you don't want to listen to that, feel free to skip a Roonies. But here's the situation. We're soft launching an idea that we had, which is this. Sometimes people like when we talk about politics or like when I explain stuff on the show. Sometimes people don't like it because life is really hard. Wherever you land on the spectrum, I want you to know that your view is valid. But we are going to talk about politics, but we're thinking maybe we make it its own little thing.
Yep.
So that it's easy to skip over if you don't want to listen. And maybe if people like it, and I don't know, we don't know, don't get excited. The last thing you should ever do is get excited. But if people like it, perhaps we launch our own politics vertical
Yep.
that we're calling Swamp Person.
Exactly. You can think of it like this. Text Me Back podcast main is Bella Noches. Swamp Person is the wedding.
Yes. Because if you had beef at that wedding, you should have kept it at that wedding.
Yeah.
And that's
So-
where we're trying to keep it.
We're trying to figure out a way to do politics mini episodes that people who are trying to dissociate can just skip.
Yes.
That's the plan.
Yes. And here's also something you should know. We like making this podcast. And people seem to like listening to it. And perhaps the key to success is making more podcasts?
Right.
Question mark?
Yeah.
We don't know if that's possible, but we'd like to give it a shot. We're a little bit soft launching it because we just want to know what you think. If you don't, just let us know. Either
Yeah,
way, it's
please.
just good for us to know. By the way, and I know we used to do this under the segment pubes vertical,
Sure.
but now it's under the Swamp Person umbrella. Okay.
That's right.
So please update your KPIs and your metrics for our various across platforms and verticals. Thanks. So anyway, so we're going to do our first Swamp Person. By the way, Swamp Person, since you've never heard of it, needs a jingle.
Oh.
So if you have one, get at us. Thanks.
Bob, 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 here I come out of the swamp.
So yeah, if you have a jingle, let us know. Although I don't think you can beat that. What we just heard. Pretty good.
Swamp person. Ha 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 ha.
Oh, there, we did it. We did it.
You know what? Problem solved. And that concludes our first ever Swamp Person.
No, if someone could chopped and screwed that together, that'd be great.
Or do something different entirely. Your call. Anyway, so we're going to kick things off. By the way, I don't know how much of this segment is going to be like useful advice. I want to be honest about that.
No,
because I feel a little bit helpless myself, and I'm like a democracy expert. That's what they say.
Yeah.
And I feel a little bit helpless. And so like a lot of this is just sort of like working through our feelings.
As someone with no knowledge and nothing constructive to say, so probably Megan will do most of the talking, let me say this up front. We just didn't know how to do this podcast without acknowledging the fact that ICE murdered a woman.
Right. It's the I don't even know what to say. Like there's a part of me that wants to be like, I can't believe this, but I guess I sort of can. And I recognize this is not the first person that ICE has killed, but it's obviously very high profile because it's on video and lots of other reasons. And then there's like my most rancid thought is, we told you abolish ICE and you told us we were crazy. But like, I'm trying not to get mired in the pettiness of that too.
Yeah.
And it just feels crazy, I guess unsurprising, but feels crazy to be just lied to in my face by the government about what happened there. And sad to think about all of the ways they are going to justify murdering this woman. Like,
yeah, I guess it's a slightly different issue, but we went through this so many times. Every Black child who was murdered by the cops in succession, more and more blatantly and shamelessly and gratuitously on camera. Every time you're like, okay, this time it's so obvious what happened. And people surely are going to understand. And then to watch them wriggle out of it every single time is crazy.
Yeah.
And obviously,
it makes you feel crazy.
It makes you feel crazy.
And that's like a tactic also to be like, see, we don't even care if you catch us on video doing this shit. Like, and it has the effect of, like, I mean, this is not even a big enough word to describe it, but it like chills speech. It makes people feel like they can't participate.
Yeah.
Because people don't want to fucking die in the street.
Yeah.
You know, which is perfectly reasonable way to feel. Because like watching that video, to me, I just felt like this is a group of guys, these ICE guys, who have no concern at all that they will face a singular consequence for their behavior in the streets. And in fact, Donald Trump is explicitly saying stuff like, don't be so nice when you arrest people, hit their heads on the car on the way in. Like all of that stuff is like explicit signals to this fucking secret police force who, by the way, get to cover their faces.
Yeah.
All right.
Which is crazy.
And refuse to identify themselves or whatever. And, you know, arrest American citizens and detain American citizens and murder American citizens, murder immigrants, detain immigrants for nothing. Your status doesn't matter. Nothing matters.
Right.
And they're not only not going to get in trouble, they're being encouraged to do it.
Yeah.
You know, from like Kristi Noem to Donald Trump to the Supreme Court, they're all saying it's fine. Go ahead.
Right.
And it just makes me feel like having a hard time imagining how we get out of this, or if we do. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, watching like Kyle Rittenhouse.
Yeah.
Like even like George Zimmerman.
Yeah.
Kyle Rittenhouse. And then Kyle Rittenhouse being like a darling of the right, groomed for leadership or whatever.
Effectively made money off of crossing state lines to kill somebody. You know?
That feels all in a continuum with then on a massive scale, after we watched it live, everyone being like, actually January 6th was fine.
Yeah. Right.
What?
It was just a protest. It was just a protest.
Some of you guys were almost murdered.
There's video of you running for your life, Josh Hawley, like a little deer. And you're going to sit there and act like, and by the way, 20 minutes prior, he had been like doing the power fists of these fucking people outside of the Capitol. Next thing you know, his lanky ass is sprinting for his life to the Senate subway. Fuck off. It's just so fucking crazy. And then it's like, if you show any empathy to the victims of this like state sanctioned violence, JD Vance holds a press conference about what a pussy you are. It's like, what? What? Why is it bad to care about other people? It's so insane.
It's just insane. I mean, you're the expert on all this stuff, but I just feel like AOC is constantly being like, they're not popular and they're actually not powerful unless we do what they say. And like, they're shooting us if we don't.
So,
but
now I don't know what to do.
I don't understand. Can't we all go to one place and be like, no?
Yeah, I don't like it. Instead of like whatever it is that Hakeem Jeffries and Chuck Schumer do, which is like they commented on this. It's not like they're ignoring it or whatever. They said like, what the fuck, basically. But still, the reporting is that like in the lead up to the midterms this November, their Democrats' plan is to not really focus on holding Trump accountable at all and focus on affordability in healthcare. And, you know, and it's just like, I'm not saying affordability and healthcare aren't important. Like, everything's too expensive and everybody is dying of preventable diseases. I'm not saying that's not important. What I'm saying is it is okay to say two things. You can say more than one thing.
Yeah.
You can say the US government murdered one of its citizens today, and the agency responsible will not exist in 2029 if you elect us, because this is crazy. And also, we will hold accountable everybody in the administration who had anything to do this, from Donald Trump to Kristi Noem on down. We are not just going to let this go and fucking restore the ACA, which really wasn't even that good in the first place. There was some good stuff in it, but give me a break. Okay. We're not just going to restore the subsidies, which is important. Like, people are getting priced out of their healthcare. Like,
mine doubled. It's $1,600 a month now, and I'm on like the cheapest plan.
So like, I'm not saying that's not important. Like, say that. Talk about that. That is important. And also, the government killed somebody.
Yeah.
Yesterday. You can say two things. You can acknowledge that what is going on here is a 5-alarm fire. It's fucked up, and you're going to do something about it. And while we're at it, we're going to make your life good.
Yeah. And we're not going to do 8 other wars for no reason.
Like, what the fuck, man? Here's what pisses me off about it. And this is probably, speaking of swamp person, it's probably too swampy, or so whatever. But
the people love it, I think, when you do swampy.
The role of Congress is not just to legislate. That's a role of Congress. The role of Congress is also to provide oversight over the other two branches. They are co-equal branches. You don't just get to let the executive branch do whatever the fuck it wants to do. That's bad. If you do nothing, the message you send, not just to future Donald Trumps, but to the American people, is that nothing can be done about this, which is not true. It is not true. Congress can exercise oversight over the executive branch. Congress can exercise oversight over the judicial branch as well. Hello. And when you don't do that, people get the idea that Congress doesn't have the power to do it. And then you don't. And then everything is bad. Hello? Like, it's really not that complicated. You know what I mean?
When something happens, like ICE murders someone on the street, the people are always like, well, it's okay. It's okay because they work for the government. You know what I mean? It's like,
sure.
Yeah. Crazy idea. It should be less okay.
It should be the least okay for the government to do that.
Yeah.
Of all the people. Like, this is the thing that is so crazy to me about this Supreme Court decision, which was very accurately titled Trump versus the United States, where the Supreme Court basically was like, the president can do whatever he wants. He can commit whatever crime. Doesn't matter. As long as it's part of an official act, all good. And that is the opposite of how it should be. Like, the person who should be most accountable for his behavior is the president. He should be able to do as little crime as possible. And yet, we have said he could do all of the crime that he wants, as long as he says, well, it was just part of my foreign policy decision making. So I killed a bunch of dudes. So, is that a problem?
Okay.
And the answer is no, I guess not.
Do you think that even just the American people getting to see Democrats trying, would that help with people's sort of motivation, do you think?
Well, look, so we're in this situation currently where, like, I'm not even complaining about what they are or aren't doing right now. I get it. It's a Republican trifecta. There's not much you can do. They're trying to take votes on, like, limiting Trump's war powers, whatever. You know, some Republicans still think that is bad, that he fucking kidnapped the president of Venezuela without congressional approval. By the way, just to clear something up from last week, it's not that I support military action with congressional authorization. It's just that if you're gonna do a military operation, you should at a minimum get the constitutionally required congressional authorization. Okay, so just to clear that up.
Perhaps the representatives of the people
should weigh in. Keep me posted. But what I'm saying is there's not even a discussion being had like on the campaign trail about what would be done in a theoretical Democratic trifecta in the future about this issue. And it's because they've all decided that the only thing that they are allowed to talk about is affordability and healthcare. And I'm saying it's possible to care about more than two things. You could care about three things even. You know what I mean? And so I think the issue is not just that like Republicans don't do anything when they have legislative control, or like when they engage in oversight, they engage in like stupid or racist shit. Like Nancy Mace is trying to subpoena Ilhan Omar's marriage records or something to try to prove she did citizenship. It's like stupid shit like that. Like that's how they spend their time when they have the gavel, right? But when Democrats have the gavel, they spend their time also not doing much. Like that's the issue. Democrats had the gavel in the Senate as recently as 2 years ago. Like, why not force Chief Justice John Roberts to testify in front of, you have the power to make him testify in front of Congress and ask him, why is one of the associate justices taking free trips to Alaska on a PJ? Since when can justices accept gifts and fly places on private jets and private yachts, private vacations, and like that? That never happened. There was like hardly any attention paid to like the previous abuses of like the first Trump administration, because it's just like, well, we'll just move on. Like Biden's the president now, we'll just move on. What I'm saying is that's what got us into this mess in the first place. Not holding Richard Nixon accountable, pardoning Richard Nixon is one of the greatest political sins ever, in my opinion, because it just says it really doesn't matter. Yeah, we're just going to pretend this never happened and we're all just going to move on. It just isn't right.
If you were president, you get to have special guy status.
Yeah, so have fun in California. It's just so dumb. So anyway, that brings me to like one of the reasons we decided to do this today. And it wasn't just because of this situation, but somebody actually sent us an email. Her name's Laura Bjager Rabel, which I know I'm butchering. She's from Denmark, I think. And she wrote in and she said, Megan, you are my number one source for American politics and you're so good explaining it. Thanks. Can you explain to your Danish listener parentheses S question mark? And Laura, I think you might be our only one, but if there are more of you, let us know. Can you explain to your Danish listener what on earth you guys in the US are thinking about Greenland? It makes absolutely no sense to us here in Denmark. Laura, girl, I don't fucking know. I mean, we all know the answer is we're not thinking like that our president is a maniac who just be doing whatever. Like that's the short answer to that question.
Megan, I'm so naive. There was a lot of talk about Greenland right at the beginning of this administration. Yeah. Then they stopped talking about Greenland. I thought, they forgot. I was like, oh, they forgot about Greenland. Thank God. I guess we don't have to do that. And then it came back.
Now it's back. Yeah, it's back. So I actually think it's kind of related to this conversation we've been having, where it's just sort of like he's saying the craziest thing imaginable, and basically you don't hear about it from Democratic leadership. And I get that it seems like a dumb thing to go to the press and be like, "What the fuck is this man talking about?" But it's actually a big deal. Like he's actually pissing off all of Western Europe. That's not good. He's like pissing off our NATO allies. Like NATO exists to, just long story short, exists to like prevent World War III. Okay. And he's threatening a NATO ally. Like, if Donald Trump engages in some sort of military operation to seize Greenland, it would effectively like dissolve NATO. Hello? It's just so nuts. And so it's just got me thinking because I love the question and I really don't have an answer for you. This situation kind of floats in and out of my consciousness, much like you, Lindy, because so much stuff happens. But it is back in the news because we just kidnapped Maduro. And the reason that we did that explicitly is because they want the oil in Venezuela. It used to be back in the 80s, it used to be you'd have to come up with a justification for doing stuff like that. Not anymore. Now you can just tell people it's because of the oil. So anyway, he wants it. Now he wants it because, you know, Greenland has a lot of minerals and natural resources, including oil. So that's part of it. Even more weird, and this honestly shouldn't surprise anyone, Peter Thiel wants it for his weird little crypto city called Praxis, where there are no laws and everyone has to use cryptocurrency.
Megan, so that I'm throwing myself into the sea. That sentence you just said, I didn't know about that. I don't like that. I'm done. I'm out. I'm out.
And we will see her later. We'll see her, and we will see Lindy later. So that's like, I guess what happened.
By the way, the libertarians already tried to make their own city multiple times, and it failed every time. Stop trying it. Why are you doing it? Just have a society that takes care of the people. We all get to have a nice little life. What the fuck? What are you doing?
It's so annoying. Laura, to answer your question, I think that Peter Thiel put the idea in his mind, and then he just thought it was fun to continue to bully Greenland and Denmark. And the scary thing is that, what European leaders are taking this seriously. Like, a bunch of ambassadors and diplomats and all these people are like, we stand with Denmark. This is not okay. What Trump is saying is very serious, and it's really scary. Like, hello. I get that it mostly seems like a joke, but everything he says seems like a joke until next thing you know, they're perp walking Maduro through fucking Manhattan. But here's the last thing I want to say about this. Because she says, can you explain what on earth you guys in the US are thinking about Greenland? And I just had this really quick reaction where I was like, well, it's not us. Okay. Like, in the US. Because I don't think that, you know. And then I just had this thing of no, I'm a part of this.
Yeah.
I don't want to. On the one hand, I feel completely helpless to do anything about this, but I can't just sit here and act like this isn't being done in my name, with my money, with my tax dollars. You know what I mean? And it just reminded me of this thing that's been cropping up on TikTok that's been pissing me off, which is people in the comments now, some white person will do something crazy. So, somebody will post some angry Karen video or something. And then white people in the comments will be like, well, as a non-practicing white, I rebuke this behavior. And look, I get it. It's a funny concept to be a non-practicing white. But you're white. You're a part of it.
Yeah.
That's your sister. Doing that, talking to that Target employee like that.
Yeah.
You are there's nothing you can do about it, you know? And so I kind of caught myself doing the same thing, well, I'm a non-practicing American, but I am, and I'm not part of this stupid shit show. And look, to all of our Danish listener, I just want you to know, I'm really sorry. I know that as one woman, there's nothing I can do, but I guess I just want to convey, it might not seem like it from the media, but there are millions of people who find all of this completely psychotic and abhorrent, and we're doing our best to try to turn this around. But I think the reality for people like me who want so badly to believe that the craziest people are the minority in this country is undoing what has been done just in the last 13 months is probably going to take 60 years. That's how fast he obliterated our relationships with our allies. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's and even those just relationships between federal and state. I mean, who cares about the cops or whatever, but those relationships between federal and state agencies, whether they're law enforcement or not, those rely on trust. Okay. And you can replace the FBI director, you can replace the head of these federal agencies that state partners are supposed to work with. And it's going to take a long ass time to really trust that what they say they're going to do. And it's all just because one guy spent the last 12 months just completely destroying our societal infrastructure. So I hope that explains why Trump wants Denmark. And then I think he was sort of joking about putting in a hotel too, which wouldn't surprise me.
Sorry, really, to the people of Greenland who
Yes.
exist. And also probably there's no reason why Denmark should own Greenland either.
They're an autonomous part of the Kingdom of Denmark.
Yeah.
And they have some agreement in place. But in any event, I don't think most people support the acquisition of Greenland by the United States. And we are doing our best to get this fucking freak out of office as expeditiously as possible. And I am so sorry to everyone involved.
Aham has been researching this period in history in like the late 19th century after the Civil War. And there's this moment where it's like anything could happen. And it wasn't actually predestined that everything fucking turned out like this.
Yeah.
Like there was a moment where there was like a black middle class. And I just think it's so easy to be like, well, I guess this is what we're doing.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's not. And there are these periods in history that are like pivot points where there's sort of a vacuum to be filled. And then unfortunately, because most of us are just trying to have a nice little life, often those voids get filled by like the worst people who then steer us in the worst direction. And then we act like that was inevitable. And it's just like a bummer.
Yeah.
So maybe think of every moment as one of those times.
We've talked about this, I think, on the show before, but, you know, just like basic high school history gives you this idea that like one guy shows up and kind of fixes it, right? Like the reason that segregation ended is because MLK showed up. And this one guy kind of took care of it. So when that guy comes, he'll just kind of fix this for us. Like whoever the next president is, I guess on his own or her own will just solve the problem. And I think like the one thing to keep in mind is that is not what happens. That has never been how it goes. It's always a movement. It's always a bunch of people. And it's always a bunch of people like refusing to accept the worst possible outcome.
Right.
And that is what we should be trying to do for the next 2 to 3 years is just like, I don't accept this. And I don't accept my elected officials like pretending this isn't a big deal, because it is a fucking big deal. It's insane.
You know, I've said it before and I'll say it again. If you know of something that I can chain myself to,
I'll do it.
I'm ready. Call me up. I'm ready.
This is the vibe of Swamp Person. Let us know what you think. Would you like it to be its own separate thing so you can avoid ever having to listen to this ever again? By the way, here's the only thing. If we do it that way, I will see the exact numbers and I will know exactly how much people dislike Swamp Person. No, just kidding. But let us know what you think. And also, you know, I don't know. I don't know what else to say, but like hang in there. Do your best. Hope this show is helping.
Yeah.
And like, you know, say hi to your neighbors, give them a wave, hug your friends.
Yeah.
And pour a little glass of Martinelli's for your kids. Could be nice.
Ooh, Megan, I bought a bottle of Welch's sparkling white grape juice.
Ooh, and how did that go?
It rocked.
Politics. Okay, we're gonna end the show in like 2 seconds. Well, that was a lot of talking,
Yeah.
you know, for a Thursday.
I'm tired.
Yeah, we're going to go now. But before we go, we want to say once again, thank you for supporting the show. If you'd like to support it financially, patreon.com/textmebackpod. But can I say, if you want to support the show freely, it would have, you know what, just tell one friend about it.
Why not?
Send them the little linky poo and be like, download this, subscribe.
Why
Could be
not?
fun. Why not? What's the worst that could happen? You ruin all your friendships? Big whoop. You know what I mean?
Also, if you want to support the show financially one time without joining the Patreon, how about some merch? Did you know we have merch? Did you know that we have Text Me Back t-shirts, mugs, tote bags ×2, and also a tiny little dish, trinket dish that says my little items, designed by me?
Okay, we hope you enjoyed this long ass fucking episode, and it was insane, by the way.
I thought it was actually really good, which
I don't know.
maybe I shouldn't say that because apparently when I say it's bad, then people really like it.
The episodes, when you say Text Me Back podcast is a good podcast, that's a recession indicator. So don't say that. Okay, we'll be back next week with more whatever this was. We love you. Mwah!
Text me back. 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 At once. Text me back. Text me back.
At Arizona State University, we're bringing world-class education from our globally acclaimed faculty to you. Earn your degree from the nation's most innovative university. Online. That's a degree better. Learn more at asuonline.asu.edu.